Black people, you find yourself afraid of the Republicans or the Democrats. Why should you? Why you should not be afraid? What have they not done already that they are threatening to do to us now? What? Huh? What does the Bible say about clinging to the beast? You do realize this governmental system is the fourth beast of Babylon, right? You understand that, right? Just bear with me and we're going to get it popping. All right, family. Shalom. I know some of our people is running around scared, and I'm not really trying to mock you. May this video comfort and root you in the word. Okay. If I'm laughing, it's because it's not directly at you. All right. Now, what has these people, what can they do to us that they haven't done already? Huh? I know you got the Congressional Black Caucus calling for our youth to forfeit getting paid for them. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay. Let me see here. Now I want y'all opinion on that. What y'all think? What y'all think about this? Black folks boycotting the SEC. This economy is getting worse. It's getting bad. We on our way out. You see these gray hairs? We on our way out. But these old Negroes is trying to tell our young people that's gonna need money to not get paid or take a pay cut. What pay cut did them congressional Negroes take? There's a Bible verse. There's a Bible verse for that. Let me show it to you. 2 Corinthians 12:14. Now I am ready to visit you and for the third time, and I will not be a burden to you, because what I want is not your possession. But after all, children should not have to save up for their parents, but the parents for the children. See, we've been oppressed. We've had our wealth stolen consistently. So a lot of us ain't able to pass down generational wealth, right? So why is it the youth responsibility to take on the burden that we should be carrying on? We on our way out. What I'm just saying. Now, I did a little digging. Let me see here. I did a little digging. Now, who y'all think? I searched who started the SEC boycott. Any of y'all know where that came from? It didn't come from us. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. I'm gonna entertain y'all with a video, with a little clip I did while y'all think about it. Give y'all a little clip. Entertain y'all right now. Can any of y'all think? You can Google it. I don't care. Can any of y'all think who come up with that SEC boycott?
Well, that's just prime.
Black racists instead of white racists. What would they say? Chimpanzees, humans' closest genetic relative. We just need to find similarities between chimps and white people, and that would be surefire evidence of their less evolved state. Hypothetical black racist anthropologist. Chimps and other apes grow hair all over their bodies. The hairiest people you've ever seen have been white people. Black people do not remotely approximate this level of hairiness. Distinct from their face, hands, and feet, part the hair of most chimpanzees the way they do to each other when checking for lice, and their skin color is white, not any shade of black or brown. Chimps tend to have big ears. The biggest ears I've ever seen on humans have been on white people. Have a look yourself next time you're in a crowded public place. White children are 30 times more susceptible to lice infestation than our black children. The parasite simply likes to lay eggs in the hair of chimpanzees and white people. Look how easy it is to be racist.
Well, that's just prime.
Okay. So I did the thinking. At first I saw it, I'm like, okay. When I saw it, I'm like, I couldn't really find nothing wrong with it. Let me share my screen. I'm gonna be honest. I couldn't really find nothing wrong with it when I saw it. But I'm like, okay. But then, as the time passed, I'm working. Then as the time passed. Yeah. Hey, check out that Prime 8 video I did last night. If you hadn't already. The Prime 8 video. They love trying to compare us to monkeys. Meanwhile, they the ones born with tails and stuff. Anyway, now, it's the NAACP. The NAACP, let me show it to you. The NAACP come up with that. It's not even our thought. Think about that, family. So you got NAACP didn't have their black chairperson until 1970 something. It was all white, trying to dictate to black youth not to get paid. And this economy is turning upside down. Let me show you some more facts about this NAACP. All right. We didn't come up with this. It's Europeans. Y'all remember Nick Saban complaining about the black athletes? They talking about, I'm going to play the video. I got a video of Nick Saban. We didn't come up with this. We should stop listening to these old Negroes. That's why I tell y'all to check and verify everything I put out there. Stop trusting these old folks. I know I got some gray, but you not hurting my intention is to help our nation survive. That's my intention. Stop trusting these old Negroes. Now let me show y'all this. All right. Now, the SEC boycott was initiated by the NAACP. Where's our hate crime bill at? Huh? We can't even get a hate crime bill. Where is the hate crime charge for, what's his name? Etherly. Where the hate crime charge is at? We can't get a hate crime bill. We can't get reparations. We can't get loans for businesses. And they want our children to ignore the condition of this environment and turn down money. Let me keep going. You got white folks Trojan horsing their agenda using old Negroes and sleep Negroes and Negroes in their emotions. Okay, they gerrymandering the district, so we just gonna boycott the schools. They ain't done nothing for us no way. You might as well put a white supremacist in that congressional seat because we're not getting anything out these demon cracks anyway. What have they done for us that we hadn't been fighting since the so-called civil rights? Do y'all realize we actually lost money during the civil rights era? All those separate businesses we lost. We had all those black hospitals we lost. Huh? All those schools we lost. Listening to other folks. By the time Dr. King saw it, it was too late. Now let me okay. I'm finna get in on this NAACP. I'm just, all right. This not even our own thought. And then you got to check your own thoughts because Satan loves to try to plant seeds. Remember, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. There's Bible verses also telling us why we shouldn't be worried about their elections. Bible verses. I'm going to get into them. All right. The boycott calls for black athletes and their families. So it's biblical to take care of your family. It's biblical. I take care of this house right here and don't worry about my dad's house, my sister's house, my cousin's house. I got to take care of my family first. That's biblical. Not worry about Pastor Pork Chops church. I got to take care of this house first. That's why you need to know that Bible yourself. It's a life insurance policy. All right, now, this action is a response to recent legislation measures that limit black voting representation in several states. We haven't been represented. Okay, I want somebody, even if you watch this video later, name something that these black congressional black caucus leaders have done for us. Just us. Name something. All right, now, let me get into this. Let me add this to the screen. Now, listen at Dr. Khalid Muhammad. Listen at Dr. Khalid Muhammad, all right?
Did not consider their plight equal to that of blacks, but they recognized in the black struggle for rights elements that could benefit them and conditions with which they could sympathize. Accordingly, several rich and powerful Jews among them, prominent leaders of the U.S. Zionist movement, co-founded, led, and financed the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The NAACP, founded in 1909, got its first African-American chairperson in 1975.
Founded in 1909. Got their first black chairperson in 1979. How is it NAACP? You got a black name with white and Jewish money. In other words, you got a white and Jewish agenda. That's why we're fighting the same fight that we've been fighting since the so-called civil rights. Ain't nothing changed, but we are convinced that one of these parties is gonna save us. I'm gonna get into them Bible verses in a minute. Now, ain't nobody gonna save us but Mashiach in lieu with the Most High. Okay, that's what the Bible said. United States ain't gonna save us. They are the reason for the condition. Okay, let me play it back for you. It ain't but a minute something long.
Jews did not consider their plight equal to that of blacks, but they recognized in the black struggle for rights elements that could benefit them and conditions with which they could sympathize. Accordingly, several rich and powerful Jews among them, prominent leaders of the U.S. Zionist movement, co-founded, led, and financed the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. The NAACP, founded in 1909, got its first African-American chairperson in 1975. It was in 1975 before you had a black chairperson of the NAACP, and it was founded in 1909. Did you hear me? After the death of Chairman Kiva Kaplan, a Boston Jew, the NAACP's highest honor, the Spingarn Medal, is named after one of its earlier Jewish leaders, Joel Spingarn.
Okay. All right, let me remove that. So, the NAACP got a racist history. It's supposed to be for black folk, but how has it benefited us? You get a bunch of Negroes that charge to come in town. Boule Negroes. All right. Let me see. What am I looking at? Let me see here. Okay. The NAA started this. So it didn't come from us. If it didn't come from us, why should we listen? Okay. Now, there's something else I need y'all to see. I just want y'all to see all of the information. Make your own choice. I'm not saying money is the best thing, but make sure it's your thought. It's in your best interest. I'm not going to pay your bills. I'm not getting college school debt. Okay? You're going to need money in this system. Hold on. Now, I'm trying to find, let me get to these Bible verses since I'm now, those of you familiar with the Bible, Rome is the fourth beast. the Western nations, let me share my screen, are an extension of that. Okay? Today's Western nation, these are your Europeans. Modern Rome, it lines up with the Bible. Okay? 2nd Ezra chapter 13, 11 through 13 is talking about the wicked oppression of the fourth beast. Now white people, poor white folks, is starting to feel the oppression because it ain't going to stop. Okay? All right. I just want to show y'all that. You got a House and a Senate. They was here when Mashiach was here oppressing us. And they still here today, just like the Bible said. Now let's get into some of these Bible verses. Now, how 2 Corinthians, let me see where it says. 2 Corinthians chapter 6. I'm going to start at 8. 2 Corinthians chapter 6. By honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report, as deceivers and yet true. Maybe I need to go on up. Okay. But the Bible verse I'm going to get to is right here. Wherefore, come out from among them and be separate. How is we going to come out from among them, y'all? And I want y'all to see this. How are we going to come out from among them and we think we are Democrat or Republican? How are we going to come out from among them and we think whatever that they do that has more power than the Most High? How is we going to come out? How are we going to separate from this system? I want y'all to start thinking. Now, I want y'all to start thinking. I said start thinking. I know it's going to be hard. Start thinking. At some point, you're going to have to realize you are voting in this Roman system. You feel like your identity is in this Roman system. If your identity was in this Roman system, then how come you can't get the fruits of your labor? How come they can take your land when they get ready? How come they can control you just with the power of the pen? Huh? The reason it's like that is because the Most High is making it easy for us to say, I'm tired of this stuff. They can have it because he told us to come out and be separate. When I see them, now this is just what I see. When I see them being racist toward black women and kicking them out of jobs, that's going to force us to work together. It's going to make us work together. We were ripped apart. It's going to force us to work together. Stop the foolishness. This ain't no one big party. I thought life was too in my 20s, that it was one big party. It ain't no party. All right, now there's another Bible verse in Revelation while I'm thinking about it. Come out from among them and be separate. Hold on. Come out of her, my people. Let me see here. Because you're gonna get them plagues. You can't come out of the earth, right? But you can separate your heart, just like we can separate our heart from the Most High. You can separate your heart from this system. And I heard another voice from heaven crying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sin, and that ye receive not of her plagues. If you don't start separating and divorcing this Roman beast, when the beast start getting plagues, you gonna get them plagues. The last time I voted was when Obama. When he put that rainbow on that darn White House, I was done. I began to see then. So this is how I looked at myself. So I voted for this Negro so he can open the door and push in policies that's against the Most High. That's what I saw that I had done. I voted for this Negro, so I helped this Negro get elected. And because I partook in that. Yep. I know some of y'all ain't going to see it, but that's why I hadn't voted since. Now, you do, I don't know what your situation is, but I'm not worried about this Roman system. I'm separating, I'm divorcing from it. We can't get no benefits out of this system. Why? Because this is not our home. Now let me keep going. It's another Bible verse. Deuteronomy 17:15. Deuteronomy 17:15. All right. And all the people shall hear and fear and do no more presumptuously. Then thou art come unto the land which Yahweh thy Elohim giveth thee, and shall possess it, and shall dwell therein, and shall say, I will set a king over me. You can put ruler, somebody that's going to be over you in government, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over you, whom Yahweh thy Elohim shall choose. All right. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. In other words, Obama was not my brother. We ain't supposed to be electing people over us that's going to dictate laws over us that is not from the nation of Israel. That's how it works. All right. See, we're not supposed to be putting these other nations up over us. I'm not going to be sitting in there. We see what they do with the Bible. I'm not going to be sitting there up under them in no kind of message. They can teach their own people. We see what they do with the Bible. But anyway, let me keep going. All right. Now, how much does the Congressional Black Caucus members earn yearly? They getting their money. They are getting their money. Now, why don't they donate some of that money to get some of these homeless black folks off the street? Put your money where your mouth at. They can do that. There's nothing stopping these congressional leaders from digging in their pocket out of their own salary to help some of these homeless black folk. They go all in to help these illegals get free housing, food, loans for businesses. They can go out of their way to help them do that. But they're not helping black folk at all. So why should we believe them telling black folks to not get paid? Why should we trust them then? Yeah, Obama, boy, hey, when I saw that darn rate, I wasn't getting high no more then. I sobered up again, though. When I saw the White House in rainbow color, and don't get it, I sobered up then. I'm like, no, I helped this Negro do this. That's what I said to myself. I helped this Negro get in the White House to do this. I was still full of that European Christianity too. Yeah, I was somewhere in between shaking off Christianity and realizing we're the Israelites. I was in between. But when I saw that, I was done. Because I know what the Bible says. But anyway, they can get together. They can get together and create a fund to help the homeless if they want to. No, they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. Nope. Why? Okay. Why don't they get together and say, whatever money you going to get? Now, listen. Why don't these Congressional Black Caucus come to these black athletes with a choice. It said, whatever money you gonna get in this name, image, and likeness deal, we gonna give it to you out of our pocket. It's not costing them nothing to put the weight on our children. See, I did time around a bunch of criminals. I can pretty much tell you in a few seconds which one I got to watch. The majority of them just want to go home, leave them alone, you'll be fine. That's most of the prisoners I did time with. That's most of them. If you leave them alone, you'll get along great. But there's some. But anyway, all right, let me see here. Okay. Now, there's another thing. All this stuff, they haven't passed a hate crime bill. They ain't done no kind of thing to help black people financially, old folks. Okay? They ain't done nothing. Okay, 62 members. Okay. All right, let me go down here and wrap this up. Let's get to Nick Satan in a minute. Okay, I did do this. Okay. I had it up here twice. The initiators of the boycott of Southeastern Conference, Atlantic Coast Conference, athletic programs in the year Congressional Black Caucus. Remember, the key word, neither one of these groups have done anything for us. But you can see them on records doing things for illegals, Latinos. Latinos got their own caucus. You got a Hispanic caucus that helps Latinos get funding. So why do they double dip with the Black Caucus and the Latino caucus? Okay, a lot of y'all don't know that. Oh yeah, y'all can see that. Okay, let me move on. Now, how has the wealth gap increased? The wealth gap gonna get even wider if these athletes listen to these congressional leaders and NAACP. The wealth gap gonna get wider. It's gonna get wider. How did the wealth gap get wider since slavery? How did it get wider since the civil rights? Come on, family. Huh? Just because you got a black face in office with white people, we are getting nothing in return. Nothing. You got a Judas sitting up in the big house with Mouser. You got Stephen up in the big house kissing Calvin's behind. That's what we got. The wealth gap has changed in scale and definition since slavery, though the overall financial disparity remains massive and has actually widened in recent decades. The NAACP been around since 1909, and the wealth gap keeps expanding as far as the East is from the West. If we keep listening to these sellouts, our youth won't be able to make ends meet. Y'all, I'm putting it to you. I ain't gonna say the Most High just showing me stuff. All right. Let me move on. Crime is down. Think about that one. If crime is down, why are they building prisons? Crime is down. These heathens done got so desperate that they are putting orphans in jail. Orphan can't find a house, and we're going to put you in a jail cell. All right. I covered that. What video was that I covered that in? I covered that in a recent video. Let me see here. I covered it in a recent video. I think it's going to be, let me see here. I think it's this one. To punish and enslave. Yeah, I think I covered that in this one. To punish and enslave. You know, if you ever watched the Transformers, you had a police car named Barricade, and this is what he had on it. This was his logo. Barricade, a police car, and I thought that was mighty interesting that his logo, what they call that, was to punish and enslave, not serve and protect. Punish and enslave. Punish and enslave who? But yeah, that's the video that I went over that in. All right, now. Let me see him. Crime isn't decreasing, but they study building prisons. All right. Now, where is the NAACP at? Where is they getting this legislation passed for this hate crime bill? You got white teachers doing this, hanging black dogs up. But they want our children to sit back and ignore the financial deficit that we already in. Okay? It's amazing. These races keep coming out the woodworks because it's a white supremacist pipeline. It's a white supremacist pipeline. You think crime ain't decreasing? I think crime is decreasing. They just over report hours. It might be increasing now though with this economy. You might be right, Jersey. It might be increasing now with this economy. But crime has been on the decrease. They barely report white crime, but they over report ours. You might be right. See, when you can't get nobody to fill your jails, you got to create a catalyst. Economic deprivation. You got to start laying off folks. You got to start jacking up prices, and people can't pay. And I kind of touched on this in that video to punish and enslave. Yeah, you got to create a situation where people break crime, break law to go to prison. You might be right. But let me see. I thought this was interesting. Hold on. You might be right. All right. Yeah, you might be right. I welcome anybody with a different opinion than mine because I'm just a person. All right.
Return Amendment 14 gives us a shot to revisit those.
What would you say from your perspective? I mean, other than Mr. Pro Tem, everyone was relatively silent on the goings-ons. What would you say from your perspective is the biggest misconception about what the bills do, and a message that you'd like to see out there?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think the biggest misconception is, the thing about it is, people tend to forget what happened when this thing went to court before. We actually, the Republican Party had that seat in, I guess, in Mobile, number 2 seat, that's the congressional seat 2. So the district 2. And so that was one of the things, there's been a push through the courts to try to overtake some of these red state seats. And that's certainly what happened in that one. And with the ruling that happened in Louisiana, we felt like it gave us a chance to maybe regain that seat, but also opened up District 7. So I think that's happened. All we need now is the courts to overturn 14 and we can look at a new election. The thing is, if we did nothing was going to happen. And I applaud the governor for calling us back in and give us a chance to revisit that and look at it. And what happened here in Montgomery in that Senate seat probably should never happen to begin with. And so, of course, I'm at the point that probably none of it should happen to begin with. We got 3 brain.
Okay. Let me see here. Let me go to StreamYard. Let me remove that. And now, this is how. Now I know y'all know. I know y'all pretty much know because y'all. I know even though we are few, y'all pretty much in tune with the word. How many of y'all believe we are equal? How many of y'all? Hey, now listen closely. If you believe we are equal and free in this society, put a one in the chat. If you believe we are equal and free in this society, put a one in the chat. If you believe otherwise, state why you believe otherwise. All right? I'm going to be looking for something else. All right, now, this is the Congressional Black Caucus About page. Since its establishment in 1971, the Congressional Black Caucus has been committed to using the full constitutional power. Where were they at when? Where were they at getting these laws passed? All. I'm laughing at your comment, Jersey. Where is they ever at with the Constitution about rights? Where they at? Okay, where are they? Where? Give me some examples of them getting victories for black folks' constitutional rights. Give me some examples. Okay, I'm not talking about us and another demographic of people, us and white people, us and LGBT, us and Hispanics. I'm not talking about us and, I'm talking about us. It's the Congressional Black Caucus. Okay? Okay? All right, now. They said since its establishment, they've been committed to using the full constitutional power. I just showed you a video of somebody hoping they overturn it. It don't matter what they do. The Most High gonna get them. All right? Statutory, I'm actually afraid for them because I know what they finna get. I'm afraid for them. Because I know I know how this ends. Okay? All right. That's all right. Y'all right. Y'all absolutely right. Y'all are correct. All right. Now, if we were equal, then we should be able to get our own police department. If we was equal, we shouldn't have to worry about no gerrymandering. If we was equal, it would be one law fits all. If we was equal, there should be an equal amount of businesses. It shouldn't be a wealth gap. If we was free, same thing. You know you ain't free because they control your money, they control the education, they control all the sectors of white supremacy. Political, religion, they control all of it. That's just some of it, all right, now. But this is what I want y'all to see. All right. Constitutional power, statutory authority, and financial resources of the federal government to ensure that African Americans and other marginalized communities. That could mean LGBT, that could mean white women, that could mean Latinos, other marginalized communities. Okay, y'all see that? Oh, y'all can't see that. Y'all can't see that. Hold on. Y'all can't see that. All right. Now y'all can see it. Let me read it again. All right. About the CBC, since its establishment in 1971, the Congressional Black Caucus has been committed to using the full constitutional power, statutory authority, and financial resources. Where's them financial resources getting them black folks off the street? Huh? Where them financial resources making sure we are getting properly educated? Where is them Black Caucus financial resources putting an end to the school and prison pipeline? Where is this Congressional Black Caucus doing something about these racist teachers that like to hang nooses in the classroom? You understand? It's a nothing burger, word salad. It's full of nothing. All right, now. It ain't nowhere. So why should we listen to them talking about boycott of SEC? The Negroes ain't done nothing for us. So you got a Negro in a position of government that don't do nothing for Negroes. You might as well put a white man or a white woman right there in that seat. What's the difference? Black folks just gonna wake up. We just gonna wake up. Didn't I tell y'all if Trump got elected, black folks were gonna start opening their eyes? Didn't I tell y'all? We do good under pressure. We do good under pressure. I told y'all if Trump got in office, we was gonna wake up, and them Democrats had got in there and they'd have lulled us to sleep. We'd have been in a coma. All right, let me keep going. All right. The caucus is chaired by Congresswoman Yvette Clarke. But this is it right here. It's called the Congressional Black Caucus, but they are for black folks and LGBT, white women, Latinos, and other marginalized communities. Let's give me a proper definition of what a marginalized community is. Let's just do this. I'm gonna get on Nick Saban in a minute. What is a marginalized community? Let me ask for an example so I can get a list. All right. I told y'all, look, if you wanted to see a white gay person get money, the CBC is gonna help a white gay person get money. And then a white gay person can get money from the Republicans. White gay person can get money from the Democrats. A white gay person can get money from the government. Do y'all see? Do you see what I see? That's why you got to be specific. Marginalized communities include groups like African American, LGBT, individuals. What kind of individuals? White amputees, huh? Indigenous population. Define indigenous. $5 Indian, huh? White women. What kind of people with disability? See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? By the time all this money this is what's been happening to black folks. By the time they get through passing out money to white people first. Let me run it down. Okay, white gay people. Okay, you got a white individual. It's a marginalized group. They can. I'm not saying it is because I haven't researched, but they can because it's a marginal, a white special needs person. Okay, a white so-called indigenous population, a $5 Indian. Okay, white people with disabilities. That's why we're not getting nothing. It's a hustle family, okay? Yeah, y'all can see that. All right, let me get back over here. All right. Now, let me keep going. Let me wrap this up. Let me see here. Some of these notes I got in here twice. Now, look. The Hispanics got their own caucus. See that? But they also, when they want to keep resources out of black folks' hands, they can just use, they're a marginalized group. These black puppets can give money to Hispanics. And you look up, and they got businesses all over your neighborhood, and you can't get no money. But our own caucus helped them get that money. Y'all see that? All right, there's a Bible verse for that. Let me show y'all this. There's a reason why the immigrants is doing better than us. It's in the Bible. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. And maybe I need to Google it. Let me see here. I'm going to do it in real time so y'all can see. All right, now. I'm typing in Bible. It'll be Deuteronomy 28. I'm looking for Deuteronomy 28. Let me do it on this Bible. Let me do it on this Bible. Hold on. I'm going to find it. Deuteronomy 28:43. Deuteronomy 28:43. There's a reason why the aliens are doing better than us. It's in the Bible. That's how you know who we are. That's why the Most High letting this stuff slide. Because he wants us to come out from among them and be separate. We're going to get the whole earth. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. The whole earth. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. That is the illegal immigrant. That's the alien. That's the alien. Shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. Everybody is moving on up, and we moving on down. Right there in the Bible. This is Moses going from Deuteronomy 28:15 through 68, telling us some of the things that were going to happen. Some of the things that were going to happen to us because we didn't listen to the Most High. Okay, look, he shall lend to thee. How many of us had to go to immigrants for a loan? Hey, let me get these groceries at the corner market. Let me get these groceries till I get paid. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be thy head. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. I'm just showing you the Bible in real time. Let me keep moving. Leave it up there. I'm finna move. I'm trying to make my way to Nick Satan. Okay, yeah. Let me show y'all this. The first black president of the NAACP was in 1996. Now I don't know this man's background, but they look like an African name. It wouldn't matter if he had my name. If he ain't doing nothing for us, he ain't no good. Okay? If I in office and I'm not doing nothing for y'all, I ain't no good. He might well put a white man right there. Okay? The first black president of the NAACP, 1996. Let me Google the highest ranking position of the NAACP. You see, when you got these Jewish people at the head of this, they can straight feed the information to the feds, to CIA, Mossad. So it took it all the way 1996 to find a Negro they can trust to put at the top of it. Can y'all see that? No, y'all can't see that. Y'all see that? Look at that. The highest ranking position is the president and CEO. Now let me see who's the president and CEO of the NAACP. Derek Johnson. That sounds like a Negro. Let me see. We got a lot of sellouts too now. We got a lot of sellouts. We got to take out the trash. So let me show y'all where I got the answer. I asked the computer, who is the president and CEO of the NAACP? He gave me Derek Johnson. And I went to this page. Oh, y'all can't see that. Okay, he gave me Derek Johnson. And I went to this page. Now, I hit the button. Let me go back. Oh, y'all bear with me. Y'all bear with me. I didn't mean to go this long, but I might well put all this information in one video. Now, let me ask y'all this question while y'all here. How many of y'all know what the first Memorial Day was and who created it and who started it? How many of y'all know since this Memorial Day? How many of y'all know? Y'all can Google it. The idea is to get you to start checking stuff. That's the idea. What was the first Memorial Day? It wasn't called Memorial Day. And who started it? Okay, while I get to this. Now, yeah, I know what I'm finna do. Now, since it's a CEO, why come the NAACP ain't getting together with the congressional black leaders to pay these athletes that they're asking to make a sacrifice that they themselves won't make a sacrifice? See that? CEO. So it's a corporate, it's a company, it's a business. Now let me ask this other question since I done went down a rabbit hole. How much does NAACP generate yearly? Since it's a CEO, I'm pocket watching today. Since they asking black folks to take a pay cut, let me put earn. $3.5 million annually. So look, family. The first black president, let me see, was 1990. Was it 90? What was it? Let me see here. It was 1990 something, but anyway. Yeah, their first black president was 1996. So, and they getting millions. I'm pocket watching. They get millions a year. Okay, where is them getting these laws passed for a hate crime bill? Where is them trying to help black folk get off the street? Even if you got to dig in your pocket. It's supposed to be for black folk. National Association of the Advancement of Colored People. They getting billions every year. They getting billions every year, but they asking poor black folks to sacrifice. I want that's what I want y'all to see. All right, now let me get to Nick Saban right quick. All right, here we go.
As former Alabama head football.
Okay, it's playing. All right, I'm making sure it's playing.
Coach Nick Saban took part in a roundtable discussion along with Alabama AD Greg Byrne.
This is white people discussing what's best for poor black folks. This is what you got to realize. This is white people getting together, discussing how black folks should get paid. Just like the Berlin Conference. All the European powers, the beast of Rome got together and to figure out how they were going to divide up Africa and how they was going to get all the money from Africa and the Negroes get nothing. See that? I want y'all to see that.
Byrne and ACC Commissioner James Phillips on Capitol Hill on Tuesday discussing the future of college athletics. The discussion where some senators
this man done made his career off of black folk.
Participated, focused on NIL deals, the transfer portal, and how football has changed. Here's Saban.
All the things that I believed in for all these years, 50 years of coaching, no longer exist in college athletics. So it's always was about developing players. It was always about helping people be more successful in life.
Now, the lie he's pitching, football was about developing the players. Okay, Nick. Give me some examples of how you helped develop the black players. Where they at now? Huh? Where they at now? If a black player get hurt in college football, he gets nothing. His life is gone. But the school done got billions of dollars. Think about this, family. Black person get injured in college football, he gets nothing. But the school gets billions of dollars. They get to serve, they get to negotiate multi-million-dollar deals with television companies. But Negroes, that's the main attraction, gets nothing. You might not even get drafted into the NFL. So you might need to get your money right now. But he said his interest is to develop the players. Develop them how? Nick, how? Y'all got to read between the forked tongue. Lies. Spitting cobras.
My wife even.
Greg Byrne and ACC Commissioner James Phillips on Capitol Hill on Tuesday discussing the future of college athletics. The discussion, where some senators participated, focused on NIL deals, the transfer portal, and how football has changed. Here's Saban.
All the things that I believed in for all these years, 50 years of coaching, no longer exist in college athletics. So it's always was about developing players. It was always about helping people be more successful in life.
Give us some evidence. See, when I make statements out here, I tried my best to show y'all the evidence. Where the evidence at, Nick? See, this is what they like to do. They like to spew stuff out there and don't prove nothing. It's called I'm white and I say so.
My wife even said to me, we'd have all the recruits over on Sunday with their parents for breakfast, and she would always meet with the mothers. And
how many of y'all remember Jameis Winston? One in the chat if you remember Jameis Winston. Didn't he go to jail for stealing food? Florida State, Jameis Winston. Did he go to jail for stealing food? But he's talking about Negroes shouldn't get paid for their name, likeness, and image. But they getting paid off of Negroes' name, likeness, and image. TV corporations getting paid off of Negroes' name, likeness, and image. School is getting multi-millions of dollars off of Negroes' name, likeness, and image. But you, the bottom, the foundation of the institution, you get nothing because you're a slave. That's what they're saying.
Talk about how she was going to help and impact their sons and how they would be well taken care of. And she came to me, like right before I retired and said, why are we doing this? And I said, what do you mean? She said, all they care about is how much you're going to pay them. They don't care about how you.
I'm just going to be quiet. This is a capitalistic society. Everything is predatory. But somehow we ain't supposed to worry about how much we going to get paid. I bet you when Nick went to Alabama, he was worried about how much he was going to get paid.
And I said, what do you mean? She said, all they care about is how much you're going to pay them. They don't care about how you're going to develop them, which is all what we've always done. So why are we?
I want to see some of this development he's talking about. How many millionaires he doesn't help? He doesn't help become millionaires. How many black athletes he doesn't help start business? Let's see some of this development you talking about, Nick.
We doing this. So, to me, that was sort of a red alert that we really are creating a circumstance here that is not beneficial to the development of young people. As I said before, name, image, and likeness is a great opportunity for them to create a brand for themselves. I'm not against that at all. But to come up with some kind of a system that's still.
He mean come up with a white supremacist system where they can control and manipulate black folks. That's what he's talking about, y'all. And I also did a little bit more research as to the money that they are making. Which college sports generates the most revenue? Okay. 31.9 million per, that's at least, some more, some less, per school year. Basketball, predominantly controlled by us, 8.1. Y'all see that? But out of all that money, injuries, brain damage, we ain't supposed to get no money. We got stale cheese and crackers in the cupboards, but we ain't supposed to be worrying about no getting paid. Let me see, close some of these tabs out. Let me see here. Let me research what Jameis Winston. Did Jameis Winston go to jail for stealing a sandwich? And I'm not mocking Jameis. If he could have been getting paid off his own name, image, and likeness, he wouldn't have to steal nothing. What did he steal? Shoplifting. Okay, what did he shoplift? I thought it was food because I remember this because I was watching football back then. I stopped watching it when Kaepernick exposed him. Some crab leg, some food. It's food. Oh, y'all can't see that. It's food. Stole crab legs and crawfish from public grocery store in Florida. $32. Stuff we ain't supposed to be eating. Okay? The man was a good athlete because I was watching football back then. I don't watch it now. But I don't watch college football. I don't watch professional football. But I understand our youth got to get paid. You want to keep them off the street? Why you want to limit the ways that they can get money? Think about it, family. A lot of us, you understand? A lot of us is poor. Why are we going to put all that on the youth? That's all I'm saying. All right, family. I think I done went on enough. Shalom. Thank y'all for joining. Do y'all want me to do a short? Y'all didn't answer that Memorial Day history. I'll come back. Or y'all, I might upload it. Hey, let me see. Mike Nem doing a video today. Hey, Brenda, is Mike Nem doing a live today? Is Mike Nem doing a live video today? Order Melchizedek, they going live today. Do they normally go live on Mondays? I tell you what, I'm gonna schedule it. Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna schedule it for about 6 o'clock. It ain't gonna be long. If they going live, I'm gonna push it back to after they get off. How about that? But I'm gonna give you a. It was called. Matter of fact, let me just show you. I can do a short video, but I can just show you right now since don't nobody know. Oh, it'd be Tuesday. Well, I'll come back and do it. Yeah, they stole. These folks don't want us to have nothing. It was called Decoration Day. Let me show y'all what we're dealing with here. Let me show y'all what we're dealing with. They always find a way to put the colonizer at the top of our stuff. Now look, I want y'all to see the whitewashing right here. Look. Y'all see the whitewashing, right? Y'all see the whitewashing. Had nothing to do with the creation. But you have to do a little bit more digging. Let me show you. It's who started the first Decoration Day. Let me do another one. You have to be real specific when you trying to find out the truth. I'm so sick of these darn colonizers. I'm sick of them. It's not even. Hold on, let me send this to my cell. Now, the first Decoration Day in 18, right after the Civil War, on May 1st, by formerly enslaved Black Americans and freedmen in Charleston. They're not going to teach the origin. They just going to teach the whitewash version of it as if white folks come up with it. And then, this is what I'm talking about. But then if you search Decoration Day, you're going to get a white man up there. Right here. Decoration Day founded by. See that? Y'all see that? I just want y'all to see that. I really ain't got to show y'all now because I done showed you. I ain't got to show you now. I'm telling y'all. This is what, boy, I'm telling y'all, boy, it's hard for me to deal with these heathens, man. Yeah, they trying to do that with Juneteenth. That ain't got nothing to do with Africa. No disrespect to our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. I wouldn't go to your homeland, whether it be in the Caribbean, Africa, in Britain, nowhere, trying to undermine you. That's just like one of them coming right here in this house, trying to undermine this house. It ain't gonna happen. So why y'all come over here? This country is our house. Why y'all come over here trying to undermine us? It ain't gonna work. Carry your tail back to your homeland with that attitude. I wouldn't go to nobody's country. I don't care if it's all white, all Chinese. I showed up wouldn't go because it ain't gonna end very well for me. But I wouldn't even go to an all black country trying to undermine the people there. The Most High gonna get me, first of all. He gonna get me. There's Bible verses on that. Okay. All right. I still got some more stuff. I don't know if I'm gonna come back or not, but I ain't gotta show you now. I ain't gotta show you, but the first Memorial Day was called Celebration Day, and it was us. It wasn't the colonizer. Shalom. I don't know if I'm gonna come back or not, but I got plenty of stuff. I ain't gonna make no. Cause see, I had to sit down. I had to gather my notes. I had to refresh my mind. I got to come up with. I got some stuff. I don't know. But if you don't catch it today, just check the channel. That's all you gotta do. Check the channel. Shalom, Jim, Brenda Hill, Jersey Dooney, Kenaz, and anybody. I think that's it. I think that's it. Shalom. All right, Brenda Hill. I'm gonna try to bring something back. Okay. All right, sister. All right. Maybe that's why I can't get my. Maybe if I'm more consistent, I could get more subscribers. I got to be more consistent. Okay. All right. Shalom, family.